On this episode, I will have a closer look at the latest offering from Daiwa called Fuego. And before going any further, I'll mention a couple of things. One, this is not a sponsored review at all, since I paid for this reel out of my own pocket for my own use. Two, as you can see, I got a CS variation here, and I believe this will be for Chinese internal market. And this reel actually is better than, let's say, USA model. If I would look into USA website, Daiwa website, I would notice right away that the bail arm on the USA model is kind of very thin wire. In here, actually the same as on expensive Daiwa Chaldea, that's a big deal, at least in my book, and everything else is the same as far as I can tell. So all in all, not only you are getting a cheaper reel, but also it's better because it has a better bail arm, and everything else is the same, as I say. Anyway, that's out of the way. Now let's have a detailed look. First of all, you will notice that this model, CS model, has a different color scheme, as in kind of dark red, like maroon body, and different spool compared to the USA model. Actually, USA model has some cuts on the spool, but that's about it. For my taste, this color scheme does not look bad at all. Anyway, looks out of the way. Now let's investigate all the moving parts, right? So let's start with the knob. Knob is exactly the same as, in millions by the looks of it of Daiwa reels before. So I believe they call it as an I shape. It's a good, grippy knob, and I like it. Now it has a little bit of movement, slop, so pretty average. But a good thing is that this 2025 Fuego has, screw. I believe 2023 Fuego had like a rivet, so you weren't able to install any washers, to get rid of the movement here, or install ball bearings if you need them. Then obviously it has screw in handle, one piece, very, very light one. Seal here. That's pretty classic for this kind of price range. Okay, now let's have a look how this Daiwa or how the gears are put together. So for now I will look for in and out movement. Actually, I don't know. Maybe there is a slight one, but it's kind of almost non-existent, so better than average here for sure. And now let's look for that rotational wobble. So I'll grab onto the rotor and we'll see if we can. That is very slight one. Again, definitely better than average. Okay, now the rotor itself, which is AirDrive, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but let's see. It's solid. It does not move like at all almost. That's good. Now the bail arm, nice and solid here. Okay, the spool. Very little movement on the spool. Another thing I will quickly test, or another moving part. Oh, I can see that it's moving quite well already, but let's just quickly test it. So I'll put a good mark onto the roller. We'll let it dry, and then we will pull some lines through it just to see, if the roller is performing well. Yeah, actually, it's very easy rotation here. Yeah, I don't need to apply much force at all. So yeah, line twist shouldn't be an issue at all. Let's peek inside now, and I'll mention right away, that let's say on Daiwa 2021, I got here Fuego, that is 2021, the drag was quite poor, and it was just very sticky, you know, very quiet too. Now Daiwa improved actually almost everything. So anyway, I will come to that a little bit later, but now let's have a look. Very light spool. Seal here, if you can see it. And seal here. So yeah, it's quite well sealed reel. So, and one difference that helps to have a better drag will be the shape of the area just here. Basically, before Daiwa, or on these like 2021 and other reels, not only Fuego, they used to have this internal circle, right? Used to be of this kind of shape. The teeth, I mean. So this is like, I just write it down, 2021, around there. Now 2025, they actually improved it, so the teeth are just like a proper teeth. So, and it makes it work better, and it sounds better too. I don't think you'll be able to see it on camera, but maybe you can. So that's 2025, right? And I can show you 2021. If you can pick it up. I can try to get the focus right in there. So see? Basically, this kind of a design just goes like a smooth edge, like smooth circle with some like indentations. So that's not very good, right? Okay, let's put this one back onto a correct reel. And I will say this, I'm using this reel. I have actually like these 2021 free, I believe, Fuegos in various, no, 4 in various sizes from 2000 to 4000, and I believe I only serviced 4000. This particular reel is 2500, the same as this new one, and I haven't serviced it once, and it's been in salt water many times, caught lots of fish, freshwater and saltwater, and I mean, it's still, the only really thing that happened to it is this line clip just went missing, even though, you know, I didn't use it, it just fell out. Let's go back onto this newest one, since we are reviewing this new one. So now I will give you listen for this drag, because it's definitely improved. It's louder and it's just not as sticky. It sounds awesome, really, really good. And seems it's not sticky anymore as well. And this, have in mind that this spool has a carbon washer installed already, and still, yes, it's not a new reel, but see how quiet it is. And with a felt washer, it was even stickier. Like when I installed a carbon washer with lots of grease and oil, it went being a little bit less sticky. But yeah, drag performance on these older Fuegos, I would say, after, you know, I made all the simple improvements I could, went maybe from 6 to 7. So maybe this is like a 7 still now. And this new one, I would say it's louder. It's a big bonus already, and it's not sticky, so I would give maybe 8, 9. For example, this new Caldia still sounds slightly better, and it's easier to adjust, and it's not sticky at all. So this would be like close to perfect, like, you know, close to 10. This one, you know, it's not there yet, but it's definitely better than Daiwa 2021, Daiwa Fuego 2021. And other than that, really, then the rotor, which I will talk in a sec, there are some slight differences, but you know, they are not big. I mean, you can tell clearly that this shiny element is of a different shape, so it's not the same body they used, you know, but still it has a anti-reverse switch, which is very weird, you know. Like on a modern reels, usually you don't have these. But anyway, another improvement, in my opinion, in line with the improved drag's performance, is this AirDrive rotor. They call it AirDrive Design. So it means that the rotor itself is supposed to be lighter, and the shape of it should be kind of balanced better. And when I get the reel going, it definitely feels, you know, like it's lighter. The startup inertia is lower, and when you start spinning it, it just feels like very, very light. It's like not exactly like Shimano 1/4, I would say, but it's kind of close. Even though the reel is, I don't know, half of the price, it's very close. And if I would have to pick, you know, this or 1/4, I would pick this one. And Shimano guys actually will like this one because of the, not only how smooth it is, but also of the bail, because it's a little bit thinner compared to, you know, hollow design on previous Daivas, but also it had this crack sound, and seems Shimano guys absolutely love it. And this one kind of sounds kind of cool, I would say. Like as cool, if not cooler, as Shimano reels. And also this kind of bail, it has very, very little resistance when you try to, you know, to open it. I believe it will be to do with the design itself, because, you know, it has kind of metal, I don't know, U, like a wash, I believe you call it, or grip, or basically there are no screws, so it like kind of it almost, you can feel that it's almost loose, but it's not, but it's kind of balanced very well. It's not loose, but it has very little resistance. And the spring is quite good too. Like on previous Daivas, let's say these, the spring was like on a weak side, especially on the smaller models. The spring used to be just like, especially after you use it for a year, spring would be like almost given up, you know. On this one, it's not too bad. But on this new one, like 2025, spring is a little bit more powerful. But again, it's not too powerful. It's very well balanced, at least in my opinion. So yeah, but the thing is, you see, they do not have any exposed screws. And to take this reel apart, at least a rotor, you will need some like specialized tools. Actually, I ordered, that's a Torx, you know, just to get the plate off. I mean, it's well engineered. It has holes to access it and everything. You just need correct tools. But in any case, they do not want you to, you know, to be poking around if you don't know what you are doing. So yeah, that's the case. Actually, I was surprised that on this Fuego they did not put a, you know, monocoque. I believe like Daiwa Fuego 2020, maybe 8 will have the monocoque almost set, and because it's, you know, it's going into a cheaper reels already, but not in Daiwa Fuego 2025. But yeah, in any case, let's go back onto the smoothness. So smoothness and power transmission, basically, power transmission is, you know, when you start spinning the reel, how heavy it feels. So this one feels very, very light. And the smoothness is when you just turn the reel. This one is extra smooth. And also when you turn the handle, it feels like very, very light. Again, I believe it will be to do with the fact that it uses this kind of light and well balanced rotor. So now I guess let's have a look how heavy this reel is. Obviously, there are plenty of, let's say, reels that are lighter, especially like on AliExpress, but like for bigger rods, let's say, or longer rods, even ultralights, you will need heavier reel, and this one just might be it. So I have 2500, as you saw. How do I, let's see if we can get creative here. Here you go. So 190 grams. That's not too bad. I want to quickly check how heavy that previous one was. Oh, it's actually, the scale just goes up to 200, I believe, or something. Oh, so without the handle, it's 195. Obviously, there is some line, but yeah. Well, you get the idea. Basically, this reel, I would say the line will be 5 to 10 grams. So this reel is about, like, I don't know, 10 grams heavier or so compared to this new one. And most likely the biggest saving will be in that rotor, which is a lot. But again, I'm just guessing here. I did not take the rotors apart just to take a weight of them, but that would be my guess. So all in all, would I recommend this reel? Easily, like at least at this point, when I haven't, tried it. But I really abused a bunch of these previous Fuegos, and they are absolutely, recommended and just solid reels, like true warhorses. And this one feels refined a bit even further, because it had this fancy rotor, and the reel feels a little bit lighter. I mean, it is lighter in weight, but rotation is lighter and startup energy is less as well. So all in all, well done, Daiwa. Impressive stuff. And therefore, I can easily recommend this reel if you are looking, for kind of mid-range reel that will last. Hopefully, again, I'm basing my longevity guess on previous Fuegos, but which actually I bought from AliExpress as well at 2021. They didn't have special Chinese version. They were selling these Fuegos everywhere, but now and on 2023, I believe, model, they had Chinese versions that were, the same as USA versions, except the color scheme. And now, actually, Chinese versions are even better because of that bail arm. So yeah, all in all, easy recommendation. You will be very happy with this reel, and it should last you, years and years and years in freshwater and light saltwater too. And yeah, just make sure that you check the weight and match the reel with the correct rod. It's better to go actually a bit heavier on the reel than lighter reel on rods, especially longer rods, because if the balance would be bad, as in rod would feel tip heavy, then you would feel the fatigue the most. So, but if the reel is a little bit too heavy, it's heavy, or the tool itself it's heavy, but it's not the tip is not heavy, if you will, of the rod, then the fatigue will be less, even though whole set will weigh more. Anyway, but it's always best to have the balance just right, when the tip is not heavy, and when you put your finger or the rod onto your finger, just above reel seat, it kind of balances itself out. But yeah, once again, if you are interested in checking this reel out, have a look at those links in the description below. That's it. Thanks for watching. Over and out.